Lifestyle Intermediate by Ivona Dubitska and Margaret O'Keefe. Published by Pearson Longman. Copyright Pearson Education Limited, 2010. 1A. Page 5. Exercises 7 and 8. 1.
What a journey! It always takes longer to get home on Tuesdays. And there's a meeting at the kids' school tonight. It starts at 8. I'm feeling exhausted, but I'd better go. I'm taking the minutes this evening. I'd love to have a personal assistant, or maybe a butler.
2.
I think I'll get these ones. Or the other ones? No, the other ones were hurting my toes. Ted's been complaining for the last half hour. Why can't he give me some advice? I'm going to leave him at home next time. I'd love to have a personal shopper. They could help me decide what to buy.
3.
Oh dear. Well, that new diet didn't work. I've never been good at dieting or exercise. I haven't had a chance to get to the gym this week. If I had someone to help me, I'd feel more motivated. I think I need a personal trainer.
1B. Page 6. Exercise 2.
Commuting. For many people, it means delays, overcrowding and stress. The average British commuter spends nearly an hour travelling to and from work every day. And for some, it's 2, 3 or more. So how do they survive their daily journeys? Today, we're talking to travellers on London's commuter trains to find out. With me now is Mario. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, I'm Mario.
And what do you usually do while you're commuting?
I generally work on my laptop, check emails on my mobile phone, and I read.
What book are you reading at the moment?
Well, I'm not actually reading this book. I'm people watching today.
People watching?
Yeah, I'm writing a novel in my spare time, so I'm looking at the other passengers and trying to imagine where they're going and what their life is like.
Well, let's speak to one of them and find out. Okay, here we have...
Alyssa, nice to meet you.
Does it take you long to get to work, Alyssa?
Yes, I don't usually take the train, but my car's broken down.
So you're taking the train today?
Yeah.
What's the traffic on the roads like normally?
Terrible, so I'm enjoying the train ride today. I can close my eyes and relax.
Well, you can't do that in your car. And here's someone else enjoying the ride.
Steve, hi.
Hi, Steve. I see you have an MP3 player. Do you listen to music while you're commuting?
I mostly listen to podcasts, or if I'm not doing that, then I daydream.
What are you daydreaming about at the moment?
Oh, the usual. Winning the lottery.
No wonder you look so happy. And sitting next to you is...
Call me Wanda, though my real name is Wendeline. I usually study on the train.
Uh-huh.
I have to use my time productively because I'm taking an MBA course.
Are you studying for any exams at the moment?
Yes, I am. It's a stressful time. I'm doing breathing exercises at the moment. You know, to help me relax.
How does that work then?
I'm focusing on my breathing. In, out.
And there you have it. London's commuters are all finding ways to survive their journeys. So, how do you manage to survive yours? Phone in and tell us about it.
1D. Page 10. Exercises 4 and 6.
Hi, Jay. Have you got a couple of minutes?
Sure, Valerie. Is it about the new website?
Yeah, I got your email, thanks. So, we're 2 weeks behind schedule on this project. That's bad news.
Afraid so. There were lots of changes to the design, and some people sent us new content very late. It's just one of those things.
I know. Is there any way we can have the site ready for the 1st of May? It's very important.
How about asking someone to help us? What do you think?
Well, it's an interesting idea. Do you mean getting someone from another department?
No, I mean hiring an external contractor. We could have the site ready in time then.
Oh, I see.
My brother-in-law's a very good web designer. Why don't we ask him?
I don't know. It sounds expensive.
I could talk to him today if you like.
Let's look at some other options first.
Oh, okay.
What about meeting a bit later to discuss this again?
Sure. I'm free after lunch.
Thanks, Jay.
1E. Page 12. Exercises 2 and 3.
Nancy Bailey is here with us today to talk about life coaching. Nancy, I'm sure many of our listeners want to know what this is.
Well, to put it simply, it's called coaching because in many ways it's similar to sports coaching. People often know they want to make changes in their lives, but then usually don't do anything about it. We help people to be clear about what they really want out of life, and we help them to make the changes they need to make.
So, who are your clients?
Coaching started out as a service for company executives, but now it's basically for anyone who wants to make changes in their lives. I work with small business owners, people who want to change careers, people who are planning for their retirement, and managers who want a better balance between work and home life.
How much time do you spend with a client?
It's very flexible. We do all our coaching over the phone. Typically, we talk to clients once a week for 30 or 40 minutes and also communicate by email. The client can be anywhere in the world. Of course, most of the real action happens between the calls. Our clients can do as much or as little as they want to make those changes.
So, how long do you work with clients?
It depends. I generally work with clients for 3 to 6 months, and most see results in that time. It's a very fast process. The bottom line is when you work with a coach, you can identify clearer objectives and get results faster than if you work alone.
1E. Page 12. Exercise 4. 1.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Hi, Nancy. Very well, thanks. And you?
Fine, thanks. So, what do you want to talk about today? Shall we discuss your progress this week?
Yeah, sure. Things are definitely improving a lot at work. I'm feeling more relaxed and in control. The interruptions are becoming less of a problem. I'm using the strategies you suggested, and I'm learning to say no nicely when people ask me to do jobs that aren't a priority for me and my department.
Great. Tell me about the relationships with your team this week.
2.
Good evening, Kim. It's Nancy here.
Hiya, Nancy. Good to talk to you.
Do you want to talk about your homework for this week?
I'd love to. It was a really busy week, but I found the time to phone around a few colleges and get the information about courses.
Have you looked at it?
Yeah, I am so excited thinking about this. I really know I don't want to work in my parents' business forever, but it's taken me the longest time to decide what I really want to do. You know, the idea of being an interior designer really excites me.
That's great news, Kim.
1E. Page 13. Exercise 10. Vikram.
I took Nancy's advice and hired an assistant to deal with the day-to-day business. She's doing a good job, very efficient. The only problem is that she doesn't have the same personal touch as me. You see, she doesn't get on with staff at all levels in the company.
Ruth.
I talked to my boss at the advertising agency as Nancy suggested. I asked if there was anything more interesting I could do. He thought I was bored, and he's just given me more admin work. It wasn't what I wanted at all.
2D. Page 21. Exercise 6.
I don't believe it. The queue for boarding is already a mile long. We're never going to get a good seat.
Oh no. That's what you get when you travel with a budget airline.
Absolutely. You get what you pay for.
Still, the tickets were really cheap.
That's right. We got a great deal.
Well, maybe. But is it really cheaper? There are all those extras we have to pay for. The extra bag, the credit card charge.
Yes, and sandwiches on the plane.
A good point. I think these airlines should provide a better service.
Yeah, they should.
Shall we get in the queue?
It's 20 minutes till boarding. I think I'll buy a sandwich.
Good idea. I'll come with you.
(2D). Page 21. Exercises 8 and 9.
We need a simple, clear rule that everyone can understand. So, from now on, everyone has to take the cheapest flight they can find.
Yes?
So, what do you think?
Well, I'm not sure. What if the cheapest flight has several stops?
They should take it. It's the cheapest flight.
Yes, but what if it takes 10 hours instead of 3?
It doesn't matter. We have to get our flight costs down.
Well, that's true, but productivity is important too. If people spend a day travelling, they're not going to be working.
Everyone has laptops and most airports have Wi-Fi.
How about setting a limit? They take the cheapest flight available, but not if it adds more than 6 hours to their journey time.
That makes the rule more complicated.
I'm sorry, but I think this rule could cost us more money in the long run.
The cheapest flight is the cheapest flight.
Yes, but what I'm saying is it won't always save us money.
It's a simple rule that everyone can understand. It has to save us money.
I don't think that's true.
2E. Page 22. Exercises 3 and 4.
So, while you interview your local business contacts, I'll go on the desert trip then, right?
I'm not sure. Don't you think Thursday would be better for the desert trip? I mean together. I've got interviews all day Wednesday, but we're both free on Thursday. I'd love to see the desert.
Well, I wanted to try sandboarding and maybe some dune bashing.
Dune bashing? What's that?
It's when you crash into sand dunes.
But won't you get a lot of sand in your eyes?
No, it's not like that, Faye. You're in a car, like a Jeep or a 4x4.
Oh, it sounds fun. I'd love to do that.
I don't know if that'll be a good idea, Faye. I don't think it's your kind of thing. You know, you usually hate snowboarding and adventure sports.
No, I don't. Anyway, this is different. It's the desert. I'd love to go on a camel ride. You could take pictures of me, and we'll spend the night in a tent.
Well, all right then. But don't complain to me when you get covered in sand. There won't be any luxury bathrooms or hairdryers or anything.
Don't worry, I'll manage. So, will you change the booking to Thursday for 2?
I suppose so. And I might do some more sightseeing on Wednesday.
Great. You know, Martin, we're visiting the Burj Al Arab Hotel on
2A.
Friday. It's 7
Page
stars,
14.
and it's a fantastic
Exercises
building
2
that looks like a
and 3.
sail. Shall we
1.
have dinner there?
Yeah, but it's very pricey. To be honest, I don't think we'll be able to afford it.
Excuse me, my
I've
name's
already got
Hong Li.
permission to take
I'm doing a
photos
passenger
inside,
survey
remember?
for the airport.
But I'd
I
love to
wonder
get
if
some
I could
shots
take a
from
few
the
minutes
beach at
of your
sunset.
time.
Sure.
Thank you.
I see they
First
do
of all,
afternoon tea.
where are you travelling
We don't
to
need
today?
to have dinner
To
there.
London.
For
Well,
business?
Yes.
You can schedule
Is
it in,
business
but
travel
let's see how
important
it
for your
goes
job?
when we're in
It
Dubai.
is. I often
I don't
travel
want to
for
pay a
work.
huge bill
I'm
just
going
for
to
a
meet the
cup of
sales
tea.
and marketing
All
managers
right.
for my publishing
I'll pencil
company.
it in, okay?
Where are you going to
Fine.
stay in London?
Friday.
Near the airport?
No,
tea
in a hotel
and
close to the city
watch
centre.
sunset
What are you going to
Burj
do at the
Al
airport
Arab
today?
Hotel.
Well, there's free wireless internet access, so I'll probably check my email. Then I'm going to charge my cell phone in the business centre. I forgot to do that last night.
Technology follows us everywhere. Will you buy anything special for yourself?
Anything special? No. But I think I'll get a head and shoulder massage. I'm going to need it.
Why is that?
Well, because my plane leaves early in the morning at around 5:30, and it's about 12 hours to London. I like to be relaxed on the flight.
Thank you for talking to me today. Here's a complimentary voucher for the duty-free shops.
Thank you.
2.
Hello, my name's Hong Lee. I'm doing a passenger survey for the airport. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thanks. So, where are you traveling to today?
To Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
And what is the purpose of your trip?
See my family. I'm doing medical research in New York City and I've been away from home for a year.
Where are you going to stay?
Mostly with my parents, and I'll probably visit other relatives too.
How long are you going to be there?
A whole month. It's a trip home. You know, I'm really looking forward to some home cooking.
What are you going to do at the airport this evening? Will you buy anything special for yourself?
No, I am too tired. I'm in transit and my flight to KL doesn't leave until the morning. I don't want to pay for the round trip into town and a room, so I'm going to stay here in the airport all night. Some restaurants are open 24 hours, so I'll get dinner. And I found a lounge with comfy seats and no armrests near gate 61. But the airport's quite cold. I think I'll ask one of the airline staff for a blanket and pillow.
Thank you very much for your time. Here's a complimentary voucher for the duty-free shops.
3A. Page 24. Exercise 2.
I was applying for a really good job with a great company. My potential boss wanted to meet me at a restaurant for lunch. The interview was going well until they brought our food. This man had the most awful table manners I have ever seen. He was dropping food on his shirt, eating with his fingers, and making a terrible mess. I was shocked. I didn't get the job, and I'm sure it was because I couldn't speak. I was too distracted by his table manners.
3A. Page 24. Exercise 3.
There's no tidy way to eat lobster. You have to break the shells and work at it to get all the meat out. So I take job candidates to a seafood restaurant, order lobster, and show great enthusiasm eating it. Then I watch their reactions. If they dislike my way of eating a lobster, I know I don't want to work with them. I want people who roll up their sleeves and get the job done. A lobster meal is a great way to find out who to hire.
3B. Page 26. Exercises 2 and 3.
Isn't this night market great?
Yeah. Hey, I've heard we should try the balut.
What's balut, Richie?
It's a popular snack here. Just look out for a street vendor selling them.
But what is balut?
Ah, look, here you go.
Ah, they're big eggs. What sort are they?
These are duck balut. Want to try? It's very tasty.
Are they cooked? I can't eat raw egg.
Yes, they're boiled. You want 12 days, 16 day, or 18 day?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Look, Barbara, I think I should warn you. It's a fertilised egg with an embryo inside.
What? Ah, no, not for me, thanks.
It's a local delicacy. Please, try it.
I'll give it a go. Which would you suggest?
18 day is the king of balut. You crack open the shell like this, and then eat it with a pinch of salt.
Okay, here we go.
So, what's it like?
It's very good. It's quite chewy. It's like a normal boiled egg cooked with a bit of meat. Not bad at all for a midnight snack.
3B, page 26. Exercises 4 and 5.
This is one of my favourite restaurants in Sydney. I hope you like it.
The location is fantastic. I really wanted to see Bondi Beach, and it's nice to eat outside on the terrace. This menu looks interesting. I've never eaten crocodile or kangaroo before. What would you recommend?
For the entree, I usually have the crocodile carpaccio with a side order of green salad.
Okay, that sounds good. I think I'll have the same.
For the main course, you could try the grilled emu or the kangaroo steak if you want to try something new.
What's emu?
It's a sort of big, funny-looking bird we have here. It can't fly. It's similar to an ostrich.
What does it taste like? Chicken?
No, it's like beef, only it's healthier. Apparently it has fewer calories and less fat.
Really? And what about the kangaroo?
That kind of tastes like beef too, only it's tougher. The emu's more tender.
Okay, I'll have the emu then.
Do you want to order any side dishes?
I don't know. What does it come with?
I don't remember. Let's get the waitress over and ask her.
What are you having for the main course?
Well, I've had a lot of red meat recently, so I'm going for the white fish. Excuse me? Hello?
(3B), page 26. Exercises 6 and 7.
Glad you could make it to the bar, Enrique.
Thank you for the invitation. I've heard a lot about the traditional Australian barbecue. People eat lots of meat, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's changed. It's more prawns than steak these days, mate.
Why's that?
Everyone's getting more health conscious. Hey, I'd like you to meet my wife. Barbara, this is Enrique. He's here from the Philippines on business.
Hi, Enrique.
Pleased to meet you.
Did Richie tell you about the time we went to the Philippines and he tried that duck egg?
Balut? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great. Listen, guys, I'm going to check on Barbie.
Can I help you with anything, Barbara?
No, I'm fine, thanks. Help yourself to the salads. Is there anything you don't eat?
Well, I'm not allergic to anything, but is there any onion in the salads? I can't eat it, you see. It repeats on me.
No worries. There isn't any.
This looks good. What's in?
I wouldn't eat that with your salad, Enrique. It's the chocolate mousse for dessert.
Okay, thanks for warning me.
(3D), page 30. Exercise 4. Conversation 1.
Is that the cheque? Let me get that.
Oh, no. This is on me.
No. Why don't we split it?
No, I insist. You're our guest.
Are you sure?
Yes, the company's paying.
Well, that's very kind of you.
It's our pleasure.
Well, thank you very much. It was a terrific meal.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Don't forget your doggy bag.
Conversation 2.
Have some more paella.
No, it was terrific, but I couldn't manage any more.
Some more shrimps then?
No, really, I'm full. I'm trying to diet.
You don't need to lose weight.
I do?
Just a few more.
Well, maybe just a few then.
Good. And a little more paella?
No, really, I'll have to pass on that, but thank you.
3D, page 31. Exercise 8.
Hello? Sandy, great to hear from you. How are you? Not too bad. How's Peter? Oh, nothing exciting. I've got some exams coming up, so I'm studying all weekend. Oh, I don't think I can. Sunday, you say? It sounds great, but I have 2 exams the next day. Marketing and accounting. I'm really sorry, but I have to study. Thanks for thinking of me. Look, when my exams are over, perhaps you and Peter can come over to my place for a meal. OK, choose a restaurant you want to go to, and it'll be my treat. No, I insist. It'll be your birthday present. OK, I will. And have a lovely birthday on Sunday. Bye.
3D, page 31. Exercises 10 and 11.
Hello?
Hi, Gabriella. It's Sandy.
Sandy, great to hear from you. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. And you?
Not too bad. How's Peter?
Oh, same as ever. Listen, what are you doing this Sunday?
Oh, nothing exciting. I've got some exams coming up, so I'm studying all weekend.
Can you take a break? It's my birthday and I'm having a party.
Oh, I don't think I can. Sunday, you say?
Yes, we're just inviting a few close friends and Peter's cooking lasagna.
It sounds great, but I have 2 exams the next day. Marketing and accounting.
Oh, what a pity.
I'm really sorry, but I have to study.
It's okay, I understand.
Thanks for thinking of me. Look, when my exams are over, perhaps you and Peter can come over to my place for a meal.
That'd be nice. Or we could all go out to a restaurant together.
OK, choose a restaurant you want to go to, and it'll be my treat.
Oh no, we'll pay for ourselves.
No, I insist. It'll be your birthday present.
No, you don't have to do that. Let's talk about it later. Go and get on with your studying and make sure you pass the exams.
OK, I will. And have a lovely birthday on Sunday.
I will. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
4B, page 38. Exercises 2 and 3.
We all know that employers are looking for job-specific skills when they advertise a vacancy, but there are also certain skills that they're looking for in all their staff. They're what we sometimes call soft skills or people skills. Can anyone suggest what some of these might be?
Good communication?
That's exactly right. One of the most important soft skills is communication. Employers want people who are able to express their thoughts well, both when speaking and when writing. They don't want someone who can't spell or speak coherently. And let's not forget, the other part of communication is being a good listener. Any other ideas?
Getting on with people is important?
Yes, isn't it? You know, there are all kinds of personalities in a work environment, and you need to be able to communicate with all of them to work as part of a team. We're talking about good interpersonal skills here.
I think they would want someone to be organized.
I agree. Organizational skills are also essential. Employers rarely want someone who is messy or disorganized. If you're able to maintain a tidy workplace without leaving piles of paper everywhere, they know your work habits and time management will be more efficient. Great. There are 3 more soft skills I would add. Firstly, the ability to do research. If you can find out about the company and make a good impression at the interview, it can help you to get the job. But that's not all. In most jobs, you'll need to be able to research answers to questions as well as find data for your manager. Companies basically want people who are self-sufficient when they get a task like this to do. Next come analytical skills and the ability to think logically. Being able to look at routine problems and using your common sense to make good decisions is a part of most jobs. Finally, employers want people who have thought about their career growth. I mean, someone who is prepared to improve professionally by learning new things. The good news is that if you think you're weak in some of these areas, you can always get some training to help you improve. Any questions so far?
(4C), page 40. Exercises 2 and 3.
I never enjoyed studying when I was at school. I failed most of my exams and left at 16. I became a driving instructor, and I've never needed many qualifications. But when my children started going to school, I wanted to be able to help them with their homework, so I started studying again. I studied on my own first. I got into computers and taught myself how to do some programming and how to upgrade the hardware for the business. Going from that to studying online was a natural progression. I've always been fascinated by law, so I signed up for a law degree with the Open University 2 years ago. I can't take time off work, and studying online is much more flexible than attending full-time classes. I can choose how much I want to study every year, which is a big advantage. It's also a bit cheaper than a traditional course. Last year, our oldest son, Nathan, got a place at one of the best universities in the country to study law as well. We're very proud of him. So you see, there are 2 students in our family at the moment. Nathan says the worst part for him is all the exams. My course is less stressful because it's mostly continuous assessment. I don't learn as quickly as him, as you can imagine. Let's face it, studying for a degree when you're young is easier than at my age. Fortunately, I can take it more slowly. I'll probably retire before I graduate. It would be easy to give up. I'm just doing it for fun and to encourage my kids to be good students, but I'd like to carry on. I hope Nathan completes his course, but if he does drop out, he knows he can study online, like his dad, if he wants to.
4E, page 44. Exercise 2. Karen.
I work in the R&D department. I think I'm very hard-working, but Mus tells me I'm a bit shy and lack confidence. She says I need to improve my communication skills. I always get nervous when I have to attend meetings. Actually, my boss doesn't speak very good English, so she always wants me to go with her when she has to negotiate product requirements with our clients. I prefer writing emails, although I know I need to be more confident when talking to people.
Ricardo.
I help staff with any IT problems they have. I get on with everyone at work and I'm pretty good at what I do. But the job's getting a bit boring. The trouble is, I don't have any formal qualifications. I'm basically self-taught. But I'm 30 now, and my girlfriend says it's a good idea to get a university degree. That way, I could get promoted and earn more money. I suppose I could work part-time and study, but I'm not sure. If I study, I won't have time to do sports. And I love skiing and playing golf.
Nadia.
I think I have quite a lot of work experience at 46. I also speak fluent Swedish, Russian and German, but I really need to improve my presentation skills in English. I have to travel a lot for work, and I sometimes give presentations at international conferences in the languages I know. The thing is, the company has now asked me to go to China for 6 months, and I don't speak Chinese. But I'm worried that if I say no, I might lose my job.
4E, page 45. Exercise 4.
Hi, Karen. As you know, I'm talking to everybody about their training needs and the courses you're interested in. Have you had any thoughts?
Well, I would like to do something to improve my confidence and my communication skills.
Uh-huh. So, which course do you want to sign up for?
My boss recommends the assertiveness course, but I'm also interested in presentations across cultures.
Yes, but do you have to give presentations in your job now, Karen?
No, not really.
Then it might be better to do a simpler course.
Yes, but I'd like to be able to participate more in meetings and be more confident when speaking in public, you know.
So you don't feel comfortable in meetings?
To be honest, I find it difficult, but I know it's something I need to improve. Actually, I think it might be a good idea if I do both courses.
2 courses?
Yeah, if that's okay with you. Assertiveness and presentations across cultures.
The thing is, A and K will definitely pay for one of the courses, but I'm afraid we won't be able to pay for both courses. You see, the situation is they're cutting the training budget this year, and they're only going to pay for 1 course per employee for members of staff at your level.
Oh, so what happens if I want to do another course?
Well, one option is that you pay for the course yourself. Another possibility is that you wait until next year and do the presentations course then. What I'm saying is, you don't really need to do the presentations course at the moment, do you?
Not right now, no. I don't know. Maybe I could pay for the course myself.
Yes, that could be the best solution if you'd like to do both courses.
Yes, and it will benefit the company too, because I think I'll be able to contribute more in meetings.
Great. So we've agreed that you'll sign up for both courses and we'll pay for one of them. I don't think there will be a problem with that. But let me check with the Human Resources Director and I'll get back to you.
Will you be able to let me know soon, Oscar?
Yeah, sure. I'll put that in writing to the Director and copy you in, okay?
Sounds good.
And if you have any more questions, Karen, you know where I am.
Thanks.
5C, page 50. Exercises 5 and 6. 1.
Are you going to watch the match on Saturday?
2.
Can you believe the rain we're having this week?
3.
Have you heard the news about the physics experiment in Switzerland?
4.
I hear that the big boss is coming from France next week.
5.
What do you think of that new shopping centre?
6.
Have you seen the beautiful spring flowers outside the office?
Exercises 9 and 10. Conversation 1.
Hi, Marco. It's Paul. Sorry to call you first thing on a Monday morning. It's about a problem we're having with this new database.
I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
You see, we can't get access to all the fields. Is some of it password protected?
Conversation 2.
Hi, Paul. It's Marco here. How are you? I hear the weather's been bad up north recently.
That's right. It's been snowing heavily, and apparently some villages had no electricity.
Did it affect you?
No, not much. Happy to say. Didn't play football on Saturday, that's about all. And yourself? Did you have a good weekend?
Fine, thanks. Just relaxed with the family, and I had lunch with my in-laws on Sunday. Anyway, Paul, I was just phoning to check if you've tried out the modified version of that database.
Yes, we're working on it now, in fact. It all seems to be working fine.
5D, page 52. Exercise 2. 1.
Hi, how's it going?
2.
You must be Gunter. I'm Miriam from R&D. It's nice to finally put a face to a voice.
3.
Hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Sandra Mendelsohn.
4.
Hey, what's up?
5,
Hi, you're David, Carla's assistant, aren't you?
6,
Hello, Irina. Mind if I join you?
5E, page 54. Exercises 1 and 2. Part 1.
Zahir Rehman has received many social enterprise awards. I spoke to him earlier today. Zahir, what is a social enterprise?
It's basically an organization that provides goods or services like any other business and uses the same business strategies.
So, how are social enterprises different from a commercial business?
Well, like the name suggests, they focus on social causes and needs. It's central to what we do. But one of the main differences is that with social enterprise, the profits generated are put back into the business rather than going into the pockets of owners or shareholders.
Can you give me some examples?
Sure. For instance, it can be a company that promotes better health. There are lots and lots of examples all over the world. It could be a company that helps old people. Another example is a company that provides transport for remote communities. Some people talk about not-for-profit organizations, but I prefer to call it more than profit. It doesn't mean not for money, but the money is going back into the quality of service.
5E, page 54. Exercise 3. Part 2.
You started selling solar panels to poor communities in your native Bangladesh 10 years ago, and today you have more than 180,000 customers. You call yourself a social entrepreneur. What does that mean exactly?
I like to think I'm an innovator. A social entrepreneur is someone who identifies a social problem and then organizes and manages a business that will make change.
You studied economics, so what made you want to be a social entrepreneur?
I wanted to do some good, something ethical. Just making money isn't enough for me. When I left the US 12 years ago and came back home, I had very little money. I moved to a rural area and lived in a house without electricity because I wanted to find out what it was like in those conditions. That gave me the idea for my first business. Having very little money helped me to be more innovative.
What projects are you working on now?
Well, I've just started a low-cost mobile phone company. The batteries are solar-powered. It's a very exciting project.
5E, page 55. Exercise 9. David Horn.
We're hoping to get a contract with a music company. The idea is that sales from our music will go back into the orchestra. I also plan to set up similar projects in poor communities in other parts of the country. But the most immediate project for us is to give concerts in other countries. Can you imagine how exciting this travel experience will be for these youngsters?
Carla de Silva.
I would like to create sculpture gardens on neglected land, something the local community can be proud of. If I win this award and get publicity, the local council will be more interested in working with us. I would also like to expand the art therapy to prisoners. And I've already had a lot of interest from the prison service. And I want to open a cafe at the art center to get more people coming here.
Sally Warren.
This award will bring us a lot of prestige. We want to negotiate with other local councils to run their sports and leisure facilities for them. We have shown our ability to run a profitable business and cut costs without cutting quality in 3 centres already. Most of all, we want to take sport to everyone in the community.
Jamie Barnes.
I want to continue expanding the chain of restaurants in London and set up a catering service for companies and individuals. It will be run as a commercial business, just like the restaurants, and we'll also train apprentices at the same time. I'm also thinking of selling my own range of food. This will create more jobs.
6b, page 58. Exercises 2 and 3. 1.
My first boss was a doctor before she went into hospital management. I was only an admin assistant in the department, but she sometimes mentioned my research and contribution to her reports when we were in meetings with other managers. She didn't have to do it, but she often thanked her staff and always shared the credit with us.
2.
Our office manager encourages us to work independently, so he's not keeping an eye on what we do all day long. The only problem is that my co-worker is really lazy, and she keeps chatting on the phone to her friends and spending too much time on Facebook. Last week, we needed to prepare a presentation, and I had to do most of it. I'm tired of doing her work as well as my own, but our manager doesn't seem to notice.
3.
I once worked for a small marketing company and I shared an office with my boss, who just loved sending me emails. It was a bit strange. I could understand it when she was out of the office, but she didn't need to email me when she was sitting opposite me. Why didn't she just tell me the information I needed to know?
4.
I once worked in a large open-plan office, but our section head put lots of partitions and plants around himself, to hide from us, I think. He only spoke to the supervisors and not the rest of his staff. And he had some strange rules, like we had to speak to each other very quietly, and we weren't allowed to laugh because he said it was unprofessional. As you can imagine, they didn't keep staff for long in that department.
5.
My boss has young children herself and values her free time. She knows how to keep her team happy. We don't need to work late often, but when there is something urgent or really important, like the monthly sales figures,
(6b), page 59. Exercises 7 and 8.
Did you watch Mad Men last night?
Is that the show about some advertising executives?
Yeah, that's the one. It's set in New York in the 60s.
Why is it called Mad Men?
They work in an ad agency on Madison Avenue.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet.
You must. It's great. It took me a few episodes to really connect with the show, but I love it now.
Why do you like it?
Lots of things. Brilliant dialogues, amazing acting, and it feels really authentic. You see what society was like in the 60s. In those days, people were allowed to smoke at their desks, and everybody smoked a lot. And all the men had to wear smart suits, ties and hats to the office. The women's clothes and makeup are amazing too. They're so glamorous.
Sounds interesting.
It is. The most interesting part is the lives of the female characters. You know, women were basically second-class citizens and had to fight a lot harder then. They usually had to work as telephone operators or secretaries, or be the perfect housewife and stay at home with the kids. And at work, the secretary had to make the coffee and give the boss his hat and coat when he left for the day. It makes me realise how far we've come in society.
I'm glad those days are over.
6d, page 62. Exercises 2 and 4. Conversation 1.
Robert, I have a question. I want to ask Christoph for a few days off next month, but I think he'll say no. It's one of our busy periods. I wonder what I should say to him.
Maybe you could just tell him why you need to have the time off.
OK, I'll try that.
And you might want to make sure your work is up to date before you go away.
Yes, that's a good idea. And I'll tell Christoph I'll do that.
And what you could do is leave information with me, so I can cover for you. Tell Chris I'll take care of things, no problem.
Really? That's excellent. Thanks, Robert. I'll do the same for you someday.
You're welcome. What do you need time off for, by the way?
I'm going away with my husband without the kids. We need a break.
Well, good luck with Christoph.
Conversation 2.
You know that job interview I went for last week?
Yeah, did you get the job?
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard from them yet. But I thought the interview went really well. Do you think I should phone them?
No, don't do that yet. It'd be better to send them a thank you note first.
A thank you note? You must be joking.
No, seriously. That's pretty standard in the States. An email will do. Then you follow up with a phone call.
Oh no, I don't think that would work. We don't do that here.
Oh, okay. I think you should phone them then.
Yeah, perhaps. I'll give it another couple of days.
6D, page 63. Exercise 9. Conversation 1.
If you want to improve your English, I think you should study abroad for a couple of months. Maybe in San Diego. I know a family there you could stay with.
That's a great idea.
Conversation 2.
What you could do is go on holiday in November. You can get really good deals at that time of year.
Yeah, perhaps we should do that.
Conversation 3.
Ask someone to check your resume for you. It might help to get a second opinion.
Maybe, but I'm not sure who to ask.
Conversation 4.
Well, it'd be better to get a laptop. You can take it with you wherever you go. No one uses PCs these days.
That sounds like a good idea.
Conversation 5.
Maybe you could move to a better area if you want your kids to go to a good school.
Yeah, but I don't think we can afford to move house.
Conversation 6.
You might want to write the report in French, seeing that it's a French client.
My French isn't very good. I'll think about it.
6E, page 64. Exercises 3 and 5. Julia.
I was really excited about my first day and a bit nervous too because I'd never had a job before. When I got there, I was shown to my desk and given things to do, but I wasn't really shown around or introduced. It was a busy office, so I decided it was up to me to get to know everyone. To break the ice, I went round asking the people in my team if they wanted a cup of tea. We soon got chatting and my nerves disappeared. I think that the key to a good first day in a new job is to make sure people know who you are. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself. It means you're included from the start, and even if not everybody's friendly at first, at least it's a start.
Saul.
I could hardly sleep the night before my first day at the engineering firm. I was so tired that I kept getting things wrong when I was left to do something. Getting stuff wrong made me even more nervous, and I couldn't really take in what was being said to me. I thought I was in trouble when my boss called me into his office, but he actually said that he could see I was nervous and that he would team me up with somebody the next day. Being partnered with someone more experienced was just what I needed. After that, it got loads better. Because I was being shown what to do by somebody, I felt more included and learned a lot more.